Hello YouTube, this is Soren again in front of the wall of dead motherboards. Today I'm going to bring you the top 10 reasons why vegan activists suck. I'm not going to say anything about veganism because it doesn't concern me, but these are just the people who are vocal about it. Number 1. The claim that eating meat is not natural for humans is a lie. It is true that it is a recent adaptation, so we are not as well adapted to its digestion. But the plain and simple fact that without this adaptation humans would not have become sentient. Meat is very high in protein and fats. This is a great benefit to brain development itself, and energy when you have to go chase your lunch. And since eating meat requires less time investment into gathering food, there is more time to develop the intellect. Number 2. There has never been a good argument for the idea that a lion ripping out the throat of a gazelle is somehow more moral than a machine ripping out the throat of a chicken. 3. A healthy diet is a healthy diet regardless if it contains meat or not. Balance and moderation to all things is the best approach, period. 4. All animals currently consumed are genetically engineered over the last few thousand years through artificial selection for the very specific purpose of food production. They would not survive on their own. 5. Vegans who claim the high moral ground are repugnant. It is exactly the same as a religious claiming high moral ground over abortion. If you don't like abortion, don't have one. If you don't like meat, don't eat it. But don't be so arrogant or think you are so morally superior as to dictate what I can and cannot eat. 6. Be damn lucky you can choose what kind of diet you have. A vast majority of the world simply does not have enough to eat, period. So to sit here and again claim a moral superiority in the affluent West is arrogant, absurd, and repugnant. The claim that moving all food production from animal feed to human feed would feed everyone is another piece of propaganda. This is under the assumption that everyone else will gladly become dependent on the breadbasket of the West for their very existence for the rest of their lives, and this is more the same moral arrogance. And you can't even begin to discuss the required infrastructure to complete this task. Not to mention the need for balanced diets is not easily accomplished with grain alone. 7. Most anti-meat people are far more interested in anti-capitalism than actually reducing the suffering of animals. The arguments seem aimed mainly at factory farms while ignoring anything else. Any company that exists is automatically evil, and thus needs to be stopped from doing whatever they do. The truth of anti-capitalism under the guise of a moral position is another repugnant property of vegan activists. 8. Not all meat is grown on factory farms or use fresh-grown grain for feeding animals. In a recent episode of the Discovery show Dirty Jobs, they show a large pig farm fed by the scraps of Las Vegas. It has the animals in a fairly open farming system. This is but one example of an alternative and responsible way to produce meat. 9. I'm sorry, but yes, humans are more valuable than animals to us other humans. I would sacrifice 1,000 mice without flinching to find a cure for my child. The reduction of suffering is a valuable cause, and there should be no reason to cause undue suffering. But to value a mouse or a cow more than a human is a subjective and thus indefensible moral position. Number 10. If you are a vocal vegan activist and an atheist, you're probably a hypocrite. That is, you complain that religion does not have the right to dictate their morality to you over such issues as gay marriage, abortion, stem cells, and right to die, and then turn around and try to dictate a different morality to other people. I have seen this, and it leaves me speechless with the stupidity.